Listen closely, beloved soul, because this message is not random. It was divinely placed before your eyes in this exact moment for reasons only heaven understands. You have been feeling something stirring within you, something unexplainable, a quiet trembling of the spirit, as if something beyond your sight is gently preparing you for change. You may not know what it is yet, but your angels do, and they have been whispering through the stillness, through your sleepless nights, and through the ache that words cannot name. In the next 3 hours, something within you will shift, not in chaos, but in clarity. For heaven has chosen this time to awaken something sacred in your soul. It will not come with thunder, nor with a loud announcement. It will come as peace after long confusion, as light after a long stretch of darkness. This is not a coincidence. God has been watching you carefully, weighing the weight of your heart, measuring the tears you've shed quietly, and now he says, enough, it is time to awaken the purpose hidden within you. You have been too kind, too forgiving, too patient with people who could not see your worth. You gave your love freely even when it was not returned. You prayed for others while your own heart was breaking, and heaven saw all of it, every silent sacrifice, every quiet moment of endurance, every night you stayed awake asking, why me, Lord? The truth is, this shift that is coming is not punishment, it is purification. The pain that has been pressing on your chest was never meant to destroy you. It was sent to open you, to prepare the soil of your heart for something divine to grow. As it is written, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Psalm 126:5. NIV. Your tears have been seeds, and now heaven has declared it is time for them to bloom. So if you feel tired, if your spirit feels stretched thin, if you are weary from holding on, listen, God is closer now than he has ever been. You are not being abandoned, you are being transformed. This is the hour of release, the moment where heaven begins to shift your story from burden to blessing, from waiting to walking in divine alignment. You have asked God for signs, and he has sent them in gentle ways. A random message, a number that keeps appearing, a song that speaks straight to your soul. And now this message, which is his final confirmation that your transformation has begun. There is a spiritual veil being lifted right now, and though you cannot see it, the realm of heaven is in movement around you. Your angels have taken new positions, assignments are being exchanged, and light is being sent into your life to break every hidden chain. Do not be afraid of what will change, for this is a holy interruption, a divine realignment. Heaven is removing the things that can no longer travel with you. Yes, it may feel lonely at first. You may lose what you thought you needed. You may release what you once held dear. But beloved, do not mistake loss for failure, for God removes only to make room for what was always meant for you. The enemy wanted to convince you that you were forgotten, that you were too broken, too late, too unworthy. But God says, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Isaiah 49:16. NIV. You have never left his sight. Right now, your life is being rewritten in the language of grace. Your past mistakes are being folded into divine purpose. Your shame is being replaced with spiritual authority. And the reason it hurts so much is because your old self is dissolving. The identity built on fear is being peeled away so your soul can breathe again. Be still. Child of light, you are standing on sacred ground. The air around you is shifting. The Spirit of God is near. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe slowly and feel that gentle warmth around your chest. That is not imagination, that is presence. The presence of the one who made you. He whispers now, my beloved. I'm doing a new thing, do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19 NIV. You are about to see what faith can really do when all you have left is surrender. Do not run from this change. Embrace it like dawn after a long night. Your suffering has not been wasted. It has carved the space where God's glory will dwell. In the next 3 hours, you may feel an emotional wave, a sudden calm, or an overwhelming clarity that is not by accident, that is heaven's hand gently resting on your soul. And when it happens, do not rush, sit in it. Let it breathe through you and simply whisper, "Thank you, God, for choosing me to awaken now." For this is your turning point, your crossing from pain to peace, from confusion to calling, from self-doubt to divine strength. Every angel assigned to your life is rejoicing quietly because they know the time you waited for has arrived. You may still see shadows around you, but now they cannot touch you, for your light has grown too bright, your faith too strong, your heart too anchored in truth. As Jesus said, "You are the light of the world." Matthew 5:14, KJV. And even when your light flickers, he never lets it go out. Your past does not define you. Your wounds are not your name. You are being written into a greater story, one that began in the mind of God, long before you were born. So if you have been doubting your worth, or wondering if your prayers were ever heard, let this moment remind you, you are not behind, you are right on divine schedule. The next few hours will realign what was once out of place. You will notice signs of peace returning. You will find comfort in unexpected ways, and your heart will begin to understand why it all had to happen this way. Because through the breaking you became ready, and through the waiting you became wise. This is the beginning of your shift, your spiritual rebirth, your sacred awakening. You may cry, you may tremble, you may even feel afraid, but know this: heaven is holding you, and you will not fall. This is God's promise to you today: I will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Nivi, so breathe deeply and allow his peace to fill you, because the next 3 hours will not destroy you. They will define you. If this word has touched your spirit, share it with someone who needs peace today. And if you feel led, you can support this mission through a kind super thanks to help these messages of light reach more hearts. Stay near to God, for he is near to you. And remember, this shift is not punishment. It is preparation for the life heaven has already written with your name on it. And now, beloved, as your heart begins to recognize the sacred unfolding, feel the stillness that surrounds you like a soft blanket of light. For this is not mere coincidence, but the gentle work of heaven moving through the hidden corners of your life. Change you sensed in the previous hour is no longer distant. It is arriving quietly, softly, like dew settling on leaves at dawn, refreshing every part of your being that has been parched by doubt or fear. Even now, as you breathe, sense the invisible presence guiding your spirit, smoothing the rough edges of your thoughts, whispering courage into your weary mind, reminding you that your story has never been abandoned, only carefully curated by the divine. You may notice thoughts that once caused anxiety now pass like clouds across a sky of clarity, and this is intentional. For God begins to lift the fog that once obscured your vision, so you can finally see the path he has always meant for you. Remember the times you prayed silently, asking for wisdom you did not yet have, for peace that felt unreachable, for love that seemed distant. All of that is coming together now, woven into a tapestry only God could create, intricate, purposeful, and infinitely kind, as it is written, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11, NIV. Let this verse settle into the corners of your soul. Let it breathe life into the spaces that were once heavy with fear. Some of you may feel a gentle shaking in your spirit, as if unseen hands are gently shaking loose old beliefs that no longer serve you. And that trembling is holy, for transformation rarely comes without the loosening of what once held you tightly in place. Do not resist the release, dear one, for every letting go is an invitation to receive something greater, a divine exchange that the mind cannot yet comprehend. But the heart, if patient, will soon recognize this is a sacred hour of spiritual recalibration. What once weighed heavily upon your chest is now being lifted by unseen hands, and you may feel your breath coming easier, your mind quieter, your heart lighter, as if heaven itself has exhaled through your being. And know this: you are not alone. Every tear you have shed has been remembered, every sleepless night noticed, every act of faith rewarded in ways your eyes have not yet seen, but your soul has always known, as Jesus taught. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28 NIV. Take this invitation now, feel it seep into your bones. Let it cradle the parts of you that have been trembling in fear. A gentle insight may come suddenly, a thought, a memory, a name, a vision that sparks recognition. This is the Spirit moving in you. This is your awakening becoming tangible, forming in the fabric of your life, preparing you to step into alignment with your highest calling. Do not be alarmed. If this shift brings strange sensations, warmth in your chest, a tingling in your hands, sudden clarity, or even tears that flow unbidden, these are not random. They are the language of your soul, saying yes to God's plan, yes to transformation, yes to the life that has always been waiting for you. You may feel old fears resurface, and that is natural, for even light must pass through shadow to be fully recognized. But remember, beloved, shadows cannot endure the presence of God. They shrink, they dissolve, they vanish when met with faith anchored in the truth of His word. This is a moment of divine refinement. The Spirit is pulling away the layers of doubt, shame, and fear, revealing the beauty of your true essence, the purity of your intention, and the power of your faith, which has been tested and is now ready to bloom. And as you sense this unfolding, let gratitude rise within you, not only for what is coming, but for the journey that brought you here, for every trial, every loss, every silent prayer, every moment when you chose to trust even when you could not see. For God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power to do what pleases Him. Philippians 2:13 NIV. Know that the very stirrings of your heart now are orchestrated by Him, that every feeling, every insight, every shift is part of a divine symphony, written specifically for your life. Do not rush the process. Let it flow naturally. Allow the peace of God to permeate your entire being, for in this stillness, transformation becomes visible. For in surrender, miracles are birthed, and for in patience, wisdom takes root. There may be people, situations, and patterns that begin to shift around you unexpectedly. A relationship may release its hold. A fear may fall away. A clarity may come suddenly, like light breaking through a cloudy morning, and it is all sacred, even if it feels unfamiliar at first. Your soul is stepping into a rhythm. You have longed for a divine cadence that aligns your heart with purpose, your spirit with peace, and your mind with clarity. And while the journey may continue to test you, every step is guided, every moment sacred, every breath divinely orchestrated. So as you move through this hour, know that your spiritual shift is real, it is active, it is tangible. Though unseen, and every whisper of peace you feel, every pang of release, every surge of clarity is a message from heaven saying, "You are ready, my beloved, for all that I have planned for you." Rest in that truth, let it settle, let it sink deep into your bones, for in the next hour, the shift will grow more profound. A new layer of awareness will awaken, and you will begin to see the life God has been preparing for you, one gentle revelation at a time. And if this message touches your heart, remember to share it, to help others recognize their own sacred awakening, to remind them that they are not alone, and to support this mission of bringing divine peace into the lives of those who need it most. Stay attentive, dear one, for the unfolding is not complete, and the next moments will reveal even more of the divine design that is now moving through your life. And now, beloved soul, as the next hour unfolds, the transformation that began quietly within you is reaching its divine completion, the light that was once flickering timidly. Inside, your spirit is beginning to glow with strength and purpose, and heaven smiles gently upon you. For you have endured the darkness and chosen faith over fear. You may notice the world around you feels different, colors seem softer, air feels gentler, sounds feel slower, as if creation itself is harmonizing with the rhythm of your new awareness. This is what it means to be reborn in spirit, not through grand gestures, but through quiet understanding, through peace that rises from within like morning light. The heaviness that once sat upon your heart begins to lift, not because everything outside has changed, but because everything inside has been renewed. You are seeing with spiritual eyes now, and what once felt like punishment now looks like preparation. You understand that what broke you was never meant to destroy you. It was sent to awaken you, as the word says. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. Romans 8:28. NIV. Even your pain has served a purpose, even your silence carried divine meaning. Every unanswered prayer was a seed planted for a future moment such as this. There is now a holy stillness in your soul, a peace that does not depend on circumstances, a joy that does not need explanation. And it is because you are now walking in divine alignment, the veil between you and heaven has thinned, and you can feel his nearness like never before. You have learned that true strength is found in surrender, that miracles begin where your control ends, that God does not always calm the storm, but often calms his child first. And now, beloved, you are that child, calm, centered, carried. Listen quietly within. Do you feel that pulsing energy near your heart? That warmth is not emotion alone. It is the spirit moving, re-establishing balance, sealing your healing, anointing you for the next season of your divine purpose, because this is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of your assignment. Your awakening was never meant only for you. It was meant for those who will cross your path and see the light of God reflected in your calm, your kindness, your compassion. Jesus said, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." Matthew 5:16, KJV. And now you are ready to shine, not in perfection, but in truth, in authenticity, in love. Those who once hurt you will see your peace and wonder. Those who once doubted you will see your endurance. And remember that it is not the loud who are powerful, but the gentle, not the proud who rise, but the humble who bow before God and let him lift them in his time. This new hour of your life will not be without challenge, but it will be filled with grace. You will move through life no longer as someone searching, but as someone sent. You will notice that words flow from you that heal others, that your presence brings calm, that your prayers now carry authority born of your endurance. You will find that forgiveness comes easier because you now understand that everyone you meet is also walking through unseen battles. You will no longer crave revenge or validation, because divine peace has replaced the need to prove your worth. You already know who you are, beloved, chosen. Seen the angels who have been watching over you since your first breath are rejoicing even now, for your spirit has stepped fully into the light of understanding. Your faith has matured from pleading to trusting. Your prayers have deepened from asking to abiding, and heaven whispers, "Well done, child. You have awakened. As it is written, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Exodus 14:14. Nivi. Now you understand it was never about fighting harder. It was about being still enough to let God move. The spiritual shift that was foretold has completed its cycle, and yet it continues to ripple outward. It will affect your relationships, your opportunities, your very energy. For when one soul awakens, light spreads like fragrance. It cannot be contained. You will begin to draw toward you the people meant for your next chapter, those who speak peace, not confusion, those who build, not break, those who recognize the light within you, because it mirrors the light within them. Do Not be surprised if those who no longer align quietly fade away. Do not mourn their departure. Bless them, for their role in your story is complete, and their absence creates room for the divine connections that are already on their way. This new season will carry signs of grace everywhere you go. You will notice small miracles daily, a message at the perfect moment, a stranger's kindness that brings tears, a sudden breakthrough where you least expected. These are heaven's ways of saying, I am with you still, beloved soul. The next chapter of your life begins not with noise, but with peace you do not need to chase. You simply need to walk in it, trusting that what is meant for you cannot miss you, and what is not meant for you will peacefully pass by. Remember always the voice that guided you through the storm, the one who whispered when all else was silent, the one who knew your name before the world did, and who will continue to write your story in lines of grace. Keep your heart soft, keep your faith steady, and keep your spirit open to the quiet instructions heaven sends for from this day forward. Your life is not simply happening to you, it is unfolding through you. You have become a vessel of peace, a carrier of divine light, and though you may not realize it fully yet, your very existence is now a testimony of God's mercy. So walk gently into this new beginning, with eyes that see deeper, ears that hear clearer, and a heart that beats in rhythm with eternity. And when you speak, let your words heal when you act. Let your actions bless when you pray. Let your prayers ripple through heaven like waves of love. For your awakening is complete, your soul has remembered its source, and your spirit stands clothed in grace as the word declares. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Numbers 6:24-25 NIV. This is your blessing, your seal, your reminder that you are never alone. You are loved beyond measure, guided beyond sight, and protected beyond understanding. If this message has stirred something within you, share it with another who may be lost in the dark. You never know whose awakening may begin because you carried the light forward. And if your heart feels moved to support this mission, your kindness helps this message reach more souls who are still searching for peace. Until next time, stay in the light, stay in prayer, and remember always the shift was never to harm you. It was to heal you. It was heaven's way of saying, my beloved child, you are finally ready to become who I made you to be. And now, beloved, as your soul breathes in the fullness of this awakening, you begin to see that life itself has taken on a new texture, a sacred rhythm that flows with divine timing, gentle yet unyielding, soft yet powerful. The change is no longer only within, it is becoming visible in your actions, your thoughts, your presence. You will notice that the way you respond to the world is no longer reactive, but reflective. You pause where once you rushed, you listen where once you spoke without thought, and you love without expectation, because your heart now understands what love truly is. You may feel moments of surprise as old patterns attempt to return old fears. Doubts or insecurities may rise like small waves, but they no longer have power over you. They are whispers from the past, attempting to pull you back into a life that is no longer yours, and you, awakened soul, simply acknowledge them and let them pass. Like clouds across an eternal sky, the Holy Spirit is guiding you in ways subtle yet undeniable, a nudge here, a quiet thought there, a sudden clarity that reshapes your choices. And every small step you take in faith aligns you more fully with the life God has always meant for you. No longer are you wandering blindly. Now you walk with eyes wide open, heart attuned to divine whispers. As it is written, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6 NIV. Every decision you make from this place of alignment carries a sacred weight. Every thought seeded with faith becomes a step toward destiny, and every act of patience blossoms into unseen blessings. You will notice a new clarity in your relationships. People who were once draining now seem distant. naturally leaving space for those who resonate with your light, and the people who remain are those who reflect God's presence, who encourage your growth, and who recognize the divine shift within you. Do not mourn the absence of what leaves. It was never meant to accompany your new chapter. Your prayers, beloved, carry a new depth. They are no longer rushed words sent out of fear or desperation. They are sacred conversations with your Creator, flowing effortlessly from your soul. And the answers may not always come as you expect. Sometimes they come as peace, sometimes as patience, sometimes as opportunities you did not foresee. But know this: they always come, and always in perfect timing. As Jesus said, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. And knock and the door will be opened to you." Matthew 7:7. NIV. Now your asking is no longer frantic. Your seeking is no longer restless. And your knocking is guided by the wisdom of the Spirit. You are learning to trust the unseen and surrender the outcome entirely to God's hands. The awareness you now carry transforms your environment, even the simplest spaces, your home, your workspace, the places you walk daily, begin to feel sacred. The ordinary becomes extraordinary. The mundane becomes meaningful because you see through the lens of heaven, where every moment holds purpose and every encounter has significance. You may notice a new sense of freedom, freedom from expectations, freedom from judgment, freedom from the chains that once held your spirit. This liberation is not chaotic. It is holy. It allows you to walk fully as the person God designed you to be, bold in faith, gentle in spirit, unwavering in love. And as you step into this renewed life, remember that this awakening is not a destination, but a continuous journey. You will face tests. As light always encounters resistance, you will experience moments of doubt, as the world may attempt to dim your glow. But each time, you will rise with greater strength, for your roots now run deep in faith, watered by the Spirit, anchored in truth. The angels who have walked beside you through this transformation continue to guide and guard you. Their presence may feel invisible, but it is constant. They celebrate every moment of growth, every act of courage, every choice made in alignment with God's will. Your soul is now tuned to divine frequency. You will notice synchronicities, small signs, gentle confirmations, unexpected blessings, and these are heaven's way of reminding you that your life is not accidental. Every step, every breath, every heartbeat is orchestrated with perfect precision. And as your life unfolds in this awakened state, let gratitude be your companion, not only for the blessings you receive, but for the journey itself, for the challenges that taught, resilience for the losses that revealed strength, for the waiting that deepened your trust. For you have become a living testament to God's faithfulness. Your life is no longer simply about survival or coping. It is about thriving in divine alignment. It is about walking with purpose, speaking with intention, and living with love that flows endlessly. Do not be surprised if your spiritual awareness draws others toward you. People may seek your counsel, your calm, your perspective, because light attracts those who are ready to awaken but remain grounded. Beloved, for your mission is not to save, but to reflect, to be a mirror of God's love and a vessel of His peace, as the Word declares. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, but encouraging one another. Hebrews 10:24-25. NEV. Your awakened life becomes a source of encouragement, a gentle force that uplifts without demand, comforts without judgment, and inspires without pressure. So walk each day with intention. Beloved soul, breathe deeply. Pray often, love fully, let your spirit guide your steps. Let the Spirit guide your heart, and know that the life you are living now, the peace you are feeling now, and the divine clarity you are experiencing now is only the beginning of a lifetime of holy alignment. If this message resonates within your spirit, share it with someone who may need this reminder of hope and divine awakening, and support this mission through a humble super thanks to help these messages reach more souls ready to awaken. Stay in the light, stay in prayer, and remember always, Your spiritual shift was never meant to be temporary. It was meant to last, to transform, and to guide you forever toward the life heaven has already planned for you as you move forward in this new chapter. You begin to see the fruits of your awakening manifesting in every corner of your life, quietly. Yet powerfully, the patience you once struggled to find now flows naturally. Your heart, once restless and heavy, feels steady, calm, and open to the movement of God. You may notice your relationships shifting. Those who resonate with your light will naturally gravitate toward you, while those who cannot honor your peace will drift away. And this is not loss. It is divine pruning, creating space for deeper, more meaningful connections that reflect your highest self. You will find that forgiveness becomes effortless, not because you forget the past, but because your spirit understands the sacred purpose behind every trial. And as Jesus taught, "Forgive and you will be forgiven." Luke 6:37, NIV. This release allows your soul to breathe freely, removing the weight that once kept you tethered to resentment, regret, or anger. Your work, your daily interactions, your very presence begins to carry a new energy, a calm authority rooted in divine truth. People will notice, though you may not announce it, and your actions, grounded in love and integrity, become testimonies of God's faithfulness in your life. You may feel guided to make changes to adjust your priorities, your schedule, your habits. These shifts are not arbitrary. They are God's gentle invitation to align all aspects of your life with His divine plan. And when you respond in faith, you notice doors opening that were previously closed, paths that were blocked now clear, and opportunities arrive that feel almost miraculous in timing. Your emotions, too, begin to find new balance. Moments of anxiety or fear no longer control you. Moments of joy are more profound, more expansive, and even in sadness, you feel a deeper connection to your spiritual strength, reminding you that every emotion is a teacher and every feeling carries a message from your soul. As it is written, "He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake." Psalm 23:3, ESV. Let these words sink deeply into your heart, for they remind you that restoration is a process, and every step, no matter how small, is a sacred part of your journey. You will begin to notice the subtle ways God communicates with you through dreams, through thoughts, through synchronicities, and through the gentle nudges of intuition. These are not coincidences. They are divine messages confirming that you are walking in alignment, and they remind you to trust what you feel. Even when you cannot see the full path ahead, your sense of purpose becomes clearer. You may feel a calling to help others, to guide, to teach, or simply to love in ways you had never considered before. And as you respond to this call, you realize that your awakening is not just for yourself. It is a gift to the world, a light shining, so others may find hope, peace, and direction in the midst of their own storms. Even your health and energy may begin to shift as peace fills your mind and your spirit. Tension in the body releases, rest becomes deeper, and the vitality of life returns to spaces that were once drained. For the soul and body are intertwined, and when one is renewed, the other naturally follows. Beloved, as you continue to live in this awakened state, remember to remain humble and grounded. Pride or impatience can cloud your vision, but gratitude, prayer, and continual surrender will keep you connected to God's guidance. And the more you cultivate this rhythm, the more your life becomes a living reflection of divine love and wisdom. The challenges you once feared no longer define you. They now serve as reminders of your resilience and growth. The obstacles in your path are no longer stumbling blocks, but stepping stones. Each experience becomes part of the sacred tapestry that shapes your character and strengthens your faith. As it is written, consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James 1:2-3, NIV. Let this perspective guide you, for what once felt like hardship now becomes holy refinement, and the more you embrace it, the more you embody God's wisdom and love in this awakened state. Your influence expands quietly yet profoundly. The people around you are drawn to your calm, your understanding and your integrity. Your words begin to heal. Your actions inspire and your presence comforts without effort. You become a vessel of divine light and a channel for God's grace. And when doubt or fear tries to return, gently remind yourself that you are no longer the same person who first began this journey. You have shifted, you have grown, you have been refined, and every step you take now carries the assurance of heaven's guidance. If this message resonates with your soul, share it with someone who may be walking in darkness. Offer them hope. Let them know that their own awakening is possible. And if you feel led, support this mission through a kind super thanks, helping these sacred messages reach more hearts who are ready to be awakened. Walk now in this new life. Beloved soul, embrace the freedom, clarity, and divine guidance that have been given to you, for you are no longer simply surviving. You are thriving, you are walking in purpose, and you are a living testament to God's faithful love.